See that? That's some hot tea. Anyway, I came across this meme or like shareable image yesterday that really provoked my interest. It said something along the lines of, if everything you said was written on you, would you change what you do? Something like that. Or what would it look like if everything you said was tattooed on you? And I think that's so interesting because it makes tangible what it really is, because our word is a powerful force. And words are things, thoughts are things too. And just because it's not real in the sense of, like physically real in the sense of like a pen, it's still real and they still exist. And you can look at it two ways, like the audio vibration when I'm speaking. That's real. And then you have words that exist on pages, the written word. And when someone says something, or if you read something, you create an image in your head based upon what that other person said. And when you're speaking, you're creating images in your head as well. So words are things. They're just different than the physical things that we're used to. And because our society and our conditioning, it tends to only give credence to the physical things that you can touch, taste, measure in that sense. We don't think of thoughts as things, of words as things, but they are. So that's why that message is powerful. Like imagine if everything you said was written all over you. Then you would think twice before you say hateful things, before you complain, and things like that. You would think twice. But most people don't think twice. They just do it because they don't view, or they're not aware of the power of words. And I've put out other videos before talking about how powerful words are, and it can't be underestimated. That's why in the great book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, the first agreement is be impeccable with your word, because word is bond. You cast spells, spelling. You cast spells with your word. So they are things, and they are affecting and influencing reality. And if you're complaining all the time, you're going to make yourself negative and passive, and you're going to give yourself more to complain about too. It's going to be a victimhood complex, a perpetual victimhood complex. And if you constantly say empowering things and you do empowering things and you back that up, you're going to move in the opposite direction. It's just common sense in that way. And yeah, also, first of all, being aware of when you're doing things that don't serve you, like complaining or, spewing hate, all that kind of stuff. All that, the stuff that doesn't serve you. Of course, you can look at aspects of yourself or aspects of society that you might view as dark or negative, but you don't have to make it more of that by giving it negative language or complaining about it. You can shine light on it. So you can still acknowledge negativity, but you don't have to add to it. When you realize how powerful the word is, you can shine the light on the darkness, essentially. And I can't talk about this without talking about honesty as well. Be impeccable with your word. Be honest. Be straight up. And this doesn't mean like tell people something when they're not ready or just give unsolicited advice constantly. But if the time is right and you ask permission to speak the honest truth about something, maybe something that's bothering you, and you see that the other person is open and you ask if you can say it and they're open to it, do it instead of living in lies. And again, it's unique to every person, and you can approach honesty, especially radical honesty, in your own way. Because I'm not telling you to just go up to people and say, you know what, I think you're bad at this or something like that. I'm not saying that. You have to approach it in your own way. This is where emotional intelligence, this is where EQ comes into play. So you have to address it in your own sense. But what I'm saying is be as honest as possible. Even white lies, lies just make a complex web of reality, and truth simplifies things. When you lie, it makes everything more complicated and it makes things worse. Make things simple. It's better that way. It's more enjoyable that way. And people appreciate honesty. At least people that are into peeling off the negative layers or peeling off the delusions. Those people appreciate honesty, and those are the type of people that I like to be around too. I like when people call me out on my own bullshit because it's easy to delude yourself. And I still find that. I've transcended a lot of delusion, but there's still some there. There always is. That's why I appreciate people that call me out. So yeah, imagine that. Get that visual in your head of what if everything you said was tattooed on your body. Put that visual in your head because you will be more careful, more aware, more conscious of everything you say. And then you could direct that immense power of words into the direction that you really want to direct it in, instead of a preconceived path based upon your previous conditioning. Okay? So keep that visual in your head and be conscious of what you're saying. All right? Peace, peace. Much love and one love, baby.